Oh, well, that was a quick stimulus. My COVID relief just went into getting kicked out of my own country after being vaccinated and quarantined and given a negative test. But, oh well. I'll just cook up more in terms of what I'm gonna do, you know. Right now, heading back to go verify. I mean, I've gotten plenty of good job opportunities in Maryland, but nothing ever really came through because of variables. Now, if it's not clearly obvious at the end of it's coming up on 12 years of these variables consistently working so magnificently against me, just like somebody who's going to buy my whole, somehow I hung myself with an absurd amount of alcohol in me. 2 hours away from the location, there's no public transportation directing where I can last remember I was. Or how the cops got me for dealing drugs when the drugs were out in front of me and they refused to observe the cameras to see how it got there. So just all the massive amounts of variables which come into play, proving, I'm an imperial slave. I guess Star Wars talk, which is probably the most palatable vocabulary terminology I can use. The only chance of this actually being watched is some random YouTube dork just panning through tons of videos. Or Google Corporate, which has done a very poor job at in the case of a significant problem, utilizing their system to do something about it. But, it all just comes down to prosecuting America for attempted murder, attempted slavery, cruel and unusual punishments, and facilitating what this is all building up to, a sort of undercover authoritarian duality inside of a cover, principally to get away with a bunch of crimes, to manifest and handle the liabilities for their inquisition to take over the world. So, from a simple standpoint, this really needs no more pre-production, and really thinking deeper about it. It just has to do with doing it. But this has been sort of the paradox in this entire thing. How do I get out of a system where they're consistently creating these variables to stop me from having a life? Stop me from being able to afford a camera. Stop me from being able to keep a job. Their system's set up to make it so that these variables come into play mysteriously, so that the people these variables are affecting can't really do anything about it. And that's obvious why they would want to do that. But, my dad's been highly cognizant of what's going on. I've reported him to Vladimir Putin for clearly being a part of this intrinsic illegal activity here in America. He directly was linked to several of the false arrests. Yeah, just get it done. Get her done, son.